Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss about Azure Managed Disk. Okay, so we will create Azure Disk and we'll see how we can attach those disks to a virtual machine. Okay, so if you don't know about disk, then we have the documentation opened here. You can see what are the disks. So Azure Managed Disk are block level storage volumes that are managed by Azure and used with Azure virtual machines. Okay, so this is basically just like a physical disk in a machine, in a Windows VM or a Linux virtual machine that we can create in Azure, and we can attach that with our virtual machines so that you can store your data, or you can store whatever you want, or you can host your application inside that. Okay, so now let's go to Azure portal and see how we can set up the Azure disk. Okay, and attach that to a virtual machine. So let me click on create disk. Okay, here in the basic details, provide all the necessary details which we need. The resource group name, disk name. So this is my disk name. You can follow the naming convention which you want as per your organization or as per your project rule. Select the region where you want to create this managed disk and where you want to store your data, and you can select the availability zone as well. Okay, so the source type you will have to select, like you want to create a empty disk, or you want to create the disk from some snapshot or something like that. Okay, so if you want to create an empty disk, you just click on none. Or if you want to create a disk from snapshot, you can select the snapshot, or if you want to do it from storage blob or some other disk or some public image, you can do that as well. So if you select the snapshot, you will have to provide the snapshot details as well, like where is your snapshot stored. Okay, but for a fresh disk or empty disk, if you want to just create and attach to your virtual machine, you just create with none as source type. Okay, so now here you can select the size, which size you want, this GB or whatever. If you want to use add some custom disk size, you can do that as well. So if you can put any size in your custom disk size, like if you want 6 GB of disk size or 5 GB, or the size which you don't see here, like you don't see 6 GB or maybe 30 GB or 100 GB. Or and suppose you want to create a disk size of 100 GB, you can just write 100 in custom disk size, and you can select the performance tier as well. Okay, so let's create this 4 GB of disk size. You can, if you want to change the storage type, you can change it from here. Like if you want premium disk, premium SSD, standard hard disk, all these things. Okay, or if you want locally redundant storage or zone redundant storage, you can select it from here. So let me create premium SSD with locally redundant storage. So in LRS, generally it will be stored in a created in a single database data center, and that is not be highly available. So if you need high availability, you can create ZRS disk. Okay, now we have selected everything in the basic details. Now let's go to next. And so here you can change the encryption, like which key you want to use for disk encryption. So you can select the default one, that is platform managed, which is provided by Microsoft, or you can select your own key, that is customer managed. So if you just click on this button here in the platform managed key, you can see the definition are key encryption keys that are generated, stored, and managed entirely by Azure. For customer key, this you can store in Key Vault and you can use that. So, and this will be managed by you. You can see these customer managed keys are key encryption keys that are generated, stored, and managed by you, the customer, in Azure Key Vault. Okay, so let's select this, the first one, and click on next. So here you can create three type of networking access. Like one is enable public access from all network, so that this disk will be accessible publicly. Okay, if you want to disable public access and enable private access, you can select this, and here you will have to create a private endpoint to connect your disk privately from a virtual network. Okay, or in the third case, if you want to disable all public and private access, you can select the third option. Okay, so now let's select the second option and see what are the options we get. So if you select the second one, you will have to create a disk access. There in here, you will have to create private endpoints as well. So if you click on create new, okay, you will have to select your resource group, instance details, instance name, and for private endpoint, you will have to create an private endpoint as well. Okay, so creating private endpoint is same as how we have set up this private endpoint previously in Microsoft Azure series. If you have not watched that video, go and please watch that. You can select a resource group location, target resource is already selected, and you can select your virtual network and subnet where you want to store or you want to create this private endpoint, and you can integrate this with private DNS zone so that DNS record will be created in a private DNS zone and your disk will be accessible privately. Okay, so this is how you can create this disk access and add the private endpoint to connect this disk privately from your um, virtual network. Okay, so for us, let's create the public access. I just told you you can create public access as well as you can disable public and private access as well. Okay, so now let's click on advanced. Here you will have to enable and disable few of the settings. Like if you want this disk to be used in, I mean, more than one virtual machines, you can select this. You can create this as, I mean, you can enable the shared disk and you can select the max share as well. So if you see, if you select the three here, you'll be able to attach this disk in the three virtual machines. Okay. And if you don't want to share this disk, you can always click it as no, which is the default value. Okay, and if you want to enable on-demand busting, you can enable this as here in enable data access authentication mode. If you are enabling it, you can export, upload, or whatever you want to do that with your disk. You can access your disk with Microsoft Intra ID authentication method, or some user from your organization can access it and do the upload or export. Okay, so let's keep them as default and move ahead. Click on next. So here you can add the tags to differentiate your disk or to um, I mean, add something which other people, if they see, they can check and see why this disk is created. Let's now click on review and create. So it will run the validation, and if everything is okay, it will give an option to create. Validation has passed. Let me click on create. Okay. So deployment has been submitted and it will create a managed disk in Azure. So once this disk is created, you can attach this disk to a virtual machine. Let me just go to the resource. Okay, and this is my disk. You can see the disk state is at the moment unattached because we have not attached this disk to any of the virtual machines. Okay, you can see the disk size and other details here, availability zone, properties, and other things. Okay, you can see the monitoring specific things here. So this disk must be attached to a virtual machine to view all these metrics. If you click on settings, you can change the configurations, okay, if you want, or you can change the size as well from here. You can change the encryption from here, you can modify the networking, or you can change the export related settings here in this. Okay, here in monitoring you can see the metrics, and you can see all things if you want to see related to monitoring. And here in automation you can export the template and create the disk with Azure Bicep or ARM templates. And if you want to create a snapshot of this disk, you can go ahead and create a snapshot. See, you can create the snapshot and store that snapshot to create some virtual machine, or maybe create disk in the with the same snapshot. Okay, now let me create a virtual machine quickly and try to attach the disk which we have created. Let me create it. Select the resource group here and your virtual machine. Keep everything as default. Select the password. And here in the disk you can attach the disk. So if you see, the OS disk is the default one, and you can attach the data disk from here. Okay, so if you want to create and attach a new disk, you can create it from here, or if you want to attach an existing disk, you can click on it and you can select the disk which we have created. So this disk will be attached to this virtual machine. Okay, let me quickly set up the networking as well and click on review and create. So once this is created, we can open the virtual machine and we can see the disk attached to it. And if you log into the virtual machine, again you will have to mount that, and after that you can use that disk in a Linux virtual machine, or if you have attached this in Windows virtual machine, you can do that as well. It is asking me to sign in. So the deployment has been created and it has started deploying the virtual machine and related resources. If you see here, it is deploying virtual networks, public IP addresses, network security group, network interface. These are dependent resources. That means these should have before creating the virtual machines. And now finally it is creating our virtual machine. So once this is created, we will open this virtual machine and we'll see how our disk has been attached in it. Just wait for a minute and our virtual machine should be ready. If you open this network interface, you can manage networking related things from here as well. Okay, and you can see the IP address which is attached to this network interface. All the traffic will that can be inbound or inbound traffic that will go via this network interface. Let me now go to resource. Our virtual machine has been created. This is my virtual machine. If you type the disk here in the setting, you can open the disk and you will see OS disk that is created by default and a data disk which we have attached it. Okay, so you can use this disk in the virtual machine to store your data or whatever you want. You can even detach this disk and attach to the different virtual machine as well, or to the same virtual machines later, or you can use this disk to create a snapshot or create another virtual machine. Okay, so that's it from this video. We have seen how we can create the virtual machines and attach that to a VM, and we have set up the disk as well. So that's it from this video. We will meet in another video with some another topic. If you like this video, please like and subscribe my channel. If you have some feedback or suggestions, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.